Greetings, YouTube. Diamond Wishwell back again, another video. I just saw the Avengers for the second time. I went and seen it over the week. Oh, I went and seen it Friday, and I saw it again last night, and it was even better the second time. I mean, and by the way, this movie has made over 200 million just its opening weekend. I mean, I'm gonna get into a full on in depth. I know I did a review the other day, but I'm gonna do a full on in depth review. There may be some. I'm not gonna lie to you. There may be some spoilers. There might be some spoilers. I don't know, but throughout the course of this video, I'll tell you when I'm gonna spoil some stuff. If I start spoiling something you haven't seen it yet, first of all, you haven't seen it yet. Have you been living under a rock? Or but I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but you could not have. I mean, some people may not have the ability to go travel to movies and whatnot. So I'm not gonna say it like that, but I mean, literally, it's literally if you haven't seen the movie, go out and see it. Go see it. I mean, literally, this movie was freaking awesome. But yeah, the movie starts off about. I mean, the movie actually starts off action packed. Now, first off, we see Loki. We start off with Loki, who is basically off in space somewhere, and he's getting this big stab or some shit like that with something called a tesseract in it. And I know then we cut to Nick Fury, and we get to Nick Fury. First we start off with Nick Fury and Hawkeye. Well, Hawkeye is the first actual member of the Avengers we see. But I'm not gonna tell you what happens to Hawkeye, cause Hawkeye, something happens to Hawkeye towards the first of the movie. Um, Hold on. I had to add a test, an important test message. But anyway, we start off with Hawkeye. I mean, Hawkeye, he's badass. He's shooting and whatnot. And then we see Maria Hill. I actually didn't know Maria Hill was going to be in this movie, and she's actually played by yeah, I don't know if a lot of you guys watch How I Met Your Mother. The actress that plays Robin on How I Met Your Mother plays Maria Hill. So anyway, we they're talking about, and we see the um I can't think of her name. Natalie Portman's character in Thor, Jane Foster. That's her name. We see Jane Foster's. I think her father or that guy she was working with from Thor. He's in this movie. He's working with Shield, working on a project with Shield. And out of nowhere, we see Loki. Loki comes and he has his staff. And I'm not gonna give all the movie away, but I'm just give the main plots of it away. I'm not gonna give the whole thing away. But Loki has his staff. He just goes by just manipulate. I think he starts manipulating people by sticking them in their heart with his staff and making them join his crew or whatnot, his army and whatnot. Then we see Sam Jackson's Nick Fury. He's badass in this movie. He's not as badass as some of the Avengers because he actually has a prominent role in this movie. Cause we all know, like in Iron Man 2, he had some semi-supporting role in Iron Man 2, and he had in Captain America, we didn't see him till the end, and then in Thor we didn't see him till I think he was in the end credits. And I want to say, was he in the Incredible Hulk? I don't know. Hadn't seen the Incredible Hulk in a long time, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he's shooting at Loki, and Loki, I think, strikes him or shoots him, and then and after that then and we see Cole. We also see Coulson, Agent Coulson, and Loki basically shuts down Shield's department, and he takes Hawkeye, and I just told you what happens to Hawkeye. He manipulates Hawkeye, and he's not Hawkeye at the time. He's Clinton Barton at the time, and so yeah, all this happening on he takes them. They're with him, and Nick Fury calls it all in and tells Maria Hill and tells Coulson that we have to go go to stage 7, go to we call it the code 7 or code 12 or something like that. And then he says something like Nick Fury says the world's at war, and he tells them to call everybody in. So then we go to we cut the Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, and she was great. She was hot. That means literally Scarlett Johansson. Not trying to sound like a pervert, no, but Scarlett Johansson in a skin tight black costume. That'll get any guy want to go. To me, in my opinion, any guy that make any guy want to go see the movie. Any ordinary guy want to go see the movie. I mean, she looks hot. I mean, she's hot in this movie. I mean, she's kicking ass in this movie. She's literally kicking ass in this movie. Me, Black Widow kicks a lot of ass in this movie. We see her. She's getting interrogated by these international people, this like international army and whatnot. And then she gets the call that Hawkeye has been captured, and that ticks her off right there. And then she just starts kicking ass, and starts kicking the guy's ass, and then she goes, she joins in, and then the next person we see is I think it was, and we see Bruce Banner, played by Mark Ruffalo this time, not by Edward Norton. Actually, what went into it when I first heard about they were doing an Avengers movie, I was like, oh, I guess I mean I was, because I'm a big fan of Edward Norton's Bruce Banner, but Mark Ruffalo wasn't really that bad. He was pretty good. He actually was a pretty decent Bruce Banner slash the Hulk. And actually, his Hulk costume, like I said in my previous review, looks. I mean, him in the Hulk as the Hulk looks just like me. It kind of looks like him, looks like Mark Ruffalo. But he did a pretty good job, and he's kind of, in my opinion, he's tied with Edward Norton's Bruce Banner, but they're both miles away from they're way ahead, miles ahead. Not even mean to say miles away, but miles ahead of Eric Banner. Eric Banner, I ain't gonna lie to you, Eric Banner basically borderline sucked. He sucked as Bruce Banner in my opinion. But anyway, so we see him, and then we cut to because we see this gym. We cut to this gym, and we see Steve Rogers basically boxing, and basically realize that he's not in the 1940s anymore. And we see Nick Fury coming to him and asking him to join in, and he's quick to join in. He's ready for another mission. He's quick to join into the mission. And so they all get to, then we see that they're constantly recruiting people. So then we see then we cut to this underwater base, and we see Iron Man doing, I don't really know what he was doing. He was doing something that has to do with Stark Tower underwater. And then he shoots back up, goes back to Stark Tower, and it's kind of cool how they take the costume off. You guys see the movie, you'll see it. It's kind of cool how they take the costume off. If I was talking about Power Rangers, I'd say Unmorph, but how he takes off his Iron Man costume, but yeah, I mean, that was cool. And then we see Pepper Potts. I didn't know Pepper Potts was gonna be in this movie either. It's played by Gwyneth Paltrow. She came back. We seen her in Iron Man and Iron Man 2. I actually was hoping that Don Cheadle was gonna be James Rose in this movie, but I was actually hoping for that, but can't always get what you want. But yeah, Pepper Potts. I mean, what she doesn't have a prominent role like she did in Iron Man, but she's okay. I mean, she has like 2-3 scenes in this movie, but what's Gwyneth Paltrow? What she does good. What she has in the movie, she does good at it. And then Coulson comes to Tony Stark and asks him to be a part of it. And I think he's reluctant at first, and he was saying something like the Avengers Initiative got shut down, and then Director Fury tells them all what's going on, and he tells Captain America, Steve Rogers, that he's up next. That Loki's coming to town. Loki's there, and we come to find out that Loki's basically trying to take over the world. Basically, he's trying to do, take over the world. And but anyway, the Captain America starts fighting. Captain America suits up. He has a new costume. A lot of people complained about his costume. His costume was actually, a lot of people say his costumes look kind of cartoony, but it was actually okay. I liked it. It was a pretty good Captain America costume. But excuse me. But yeah, So the first big fight between any of the Avengers and Loki is Captain America and Loki. Great ass. You guys see the movie. It was a good ass fight. I mean, great fight between Captain. It was a great fight between Captain America and Loki. I mean, it was pretty good fight. Then Iron Man comes in and he's blasting away and they and Hulk basically Loki just surrenders and he basically surrenders and they take him in and then all of a sudden we start seeing thunder and lightning, and we know what that means. And and then Captain America asked Loki something like, "So what? So what? You're afraid of thunder and lightning? So what? You afraid of little thunder and lightning?" He said something like, "Nah, but I don't like what comes after it." Then all of a sudden we see after the lightning and thunder start, we see Thor bash into the land on the on one of the Quinjets. Um, because that's what they ride around in the Quinjet. The Avengers ride around in Quinjets. But I think that was what they called Quinjets. But and then Thor basically breaks open everything, breaks open the door and grabs Loki and takes him on, grabs Loki and flies off. And even Thor's basically questioning him about what's he doing here. He need and why cause Thor thought he was dead. Because we remember in Thor two, first Thor movie, Loki was presumed dead. From what I remember, I think Loki was presumed dead. And Thor's basically telling him the Tesseract's too dangerous. You don't need to go at the Tesseract. And then Loki basically says, "I know what I'm doing." And Loki and Thor had like a mini fight. And and then and then all of a sudden Iron Man comes out of nowhere and just grabs Thor and they get the fight. And they have a pretty decent, pretty badass fight. Loki and Thor, not Loki and Thor, Iron Man and Thor have a pretty badass fight. I mean, this movie has the fight scenes they have in this movie are really great. Their fight scenes are done right, but but yeah, then they're fighting and Captain America comes in and then Thor attacks Captain America. It's a pretty long, extensive fight scene, and Captain America starts fighting Thor, and then Captain America throws his shield up, but Thor, his hammer hits the shield and it just basically wipes them all out. And then they all get up and they wind up going back to the Shield Helicarrier. Shield Helicarrier in this movie is badass too. It's pretty badass. And then so anyway, they're Nick Fury explaining what's going on and Thor basically saying, "What do you want me to do?" But meanwhile, they do have Loki. They've captured Loki, and so Nick Fury puts Loki in this big glass room. Basically, he has the Hulk in, and he basically says if you try to touch that glass, you're basically gone, and so anyway. A whole bunch of other stuff happens, and I'm not giving away too much of the movie. But I'm gonna give some key stuff, some stuff away. But I'm not gonna give away too much of the movie. But and then let me think about something else I want to talk about. And then we later find out that Loki's initial plan is, his plan was basically to do something. He was gonna try to basically get the Hulk on his side and basically get Bruce Banner to turn into the Hulk. And that was his whole plan in general. And but later in the movie we see there's a lot of interaction between the Avengers and it's a lot of interaction between each of the Avengers. But then we see Clint Barton as Hawkeye. He has his bow. He's badass with that bow. Like I said, he's evil at first. He starts off as a villain at first. And then he comes in. He comes in. He shoots one of his arrows that basically blows up the one of the wings of the basically one of the propellers of the helicarrier, and so the rest of the team, they have to try to stop all that, and how Iron Man stops is pretty badass. You guys have to see that. How he stops the thing, stop it from blowing up. Him and Captain America work together, and Loki basically somehow gets out of his he's basically manipulating Black Widow because he said he basically telling Black Widow he knows everything about her cause Clinton Barton told her that Hawkeye told him everything about her, and so he decides that he's gonna that was his way of getting her out. So and somehow Bruce Banner and Black Widow they drop down to the they get knocked down to the bottom of the helicarrier, and that pisses Bruce Banner off. So he's starting to Hulk out, and his how he transforms to the Hulk is pretty awesome. How he transfers to the Hulk, and the first person he sees is Black Widow, so he starts to attack her, and then he's basically running and tearing up shit, chasing after Black Widow. He's tearing up shit, and after that that goes on for a while, and Loki escapes. Loki traps Thor. Excuse me. Somehow Loki gets out. He traps Thor inside of his He basically booby traps Thor and then getting him trapped inside the area, the room he was in, this glass room he was in. He gets out. The next thing we know, we see Agent Coulson with this big ass gun. He has a big ass gun, and I'm not gonna tell you what happens next because this guy's gonna really spoil it. But I'm not gonna tell you what happens next. But anyway, Loki gets out. I mean, eventually Loki does get out, and but then Black Widow and then we see Black Widow and Clinton Boy and Hawkeye. They have a pretty intense badass fight, and somehow Black Widow causes him to hit his head, causes Hawkeye to hit his head, and he basically comes back to reality, becomes good again. And so they all figure out that. And so then Nick Fury basically tells them all that that they basically failed and whatnot, and that he gives them some type of push, and then they all, and Iron Man and Captain America, Iron Man, well, just Tony Stark at the time, they decide that they're gonna go out and fight Loki, and then Thor, he figures out he wants to fight too, and then eventually Bruce Banner, when he calms down and he becomes Bruce Banner again, he decides he wants to fight, and then Hawkeye and Black Widow, they decide they're gonna fight, so they all get ready, go fight Loki. The fight on it, but what Loki's plan is, he has these alien soldiers to come down, and they're basically taking over shit, basically wrecking shit up, and so they start fighting, and so and right off the bat they start to fight and whatnot, and then the fight is going on. This pretty badass fight. You guys will see it. This is what what they've been publicizing. They've been doing putting in the commercials and whatnot. It's badass and whatnot. And then we see a fight between Thor and Loki, and it's pretty good fight. And then we wind up seeing a fight between this big ass like dragon looking monster who I thought was gonna be Fiend Fang Foom at first. I thought that's who it was gonna be, that big dragon like monster was gonna be, but it's actually a couple of them. They come in, they fight and whatnot. They fight them. It's badass. It's badass. The fight scenes, like I said, the fight scenes in this movie are really badass. Then Bruce Banner comes in on a motorcycle, and he basically gets him. Captain America tells him something like, they say, Banner, this probably be a great time to get angry. He said, Cap, there's something you don't know about me. I'm always angry. So he starts hooking out, and then he starts. All of a sudden, start bashing these big dragon things, and these big alien creatures just start whooping ass. Like I said, the Hulk kicks ass in this movie. Like everybody says, the Hulk basically makes the movie, but he's pretty badass in the movie. But anyway, so eventually they stop this whole Tesseract thing, and Jane Foster's father, or that guy, I don't know if he's a father, that guy she was working with in Thor, he basically hits his head on something. He comes back to reality. He tells Black Widow how to stop the Tesseract, and she basically has to use Loki's staff, who was Loki's dropped, because Captain America whoops Loki's ass. Not Captain America, Hulk literally beats the shit out of Loki. He basically grabs him and start bashing him up on everything. You know that probably was CGI, but he basically grabs him and started just bashing him up against the wall, bashing him against the ground, and Loki's basically shocked. And, one of the Hulk's only lines when he is the Hulk, he says, "Puny God," because he tells Loki tells him that he's a god. He can't touch him. He can't defeat him. He's a god, and Hulk calls him a puny god. But anyway, like I said, in the end they do defeat the evil and whatnot, and they do stop the Tesseract, and they close this portal that they send these aliens. Iron Man destroys this portal, and then at the very end, you think Iron Man dies, but he doesn't. He comes back to life because Hulk screams, and he comes back to life. In a typical Tony Stark fashion, played by Robert Downey Jr. I mean, Robert means he's the comedian. He is basically the comic relief. He's the comic relief of the movie. But anyway, because we don't know how Tony Stark is. But anyway, in the very end of the movie, the Avengers, I mean, the whole town, the whole city of New York has found out about the Avengers, and the police and the national government are basically saying the Avengers are they friends or foes? Now, and everybody's basically saying, the Avengers are great, how great the Avengers are. Little kids are, I mean, people are getting like Captain America shield tattoos on his with a tattoos of Captain America shield on their arms, and people, this guy was like getting his Mustang. They all know Iron Man's Tony Stark. Getting getting his mustache and beard like Tony Stark's. And people have Hulk gloves on, and then we see this funny tidbit of Stan Lee saying superheroes in New York, that's impossible. But anyway, in Spider Man in New York, also in the Fantastic Four in New York. But anyway, I don't know if they exist in these continuities, but anyway, but yeah, in the movie goes off. Then we see then Loki and Thor take the Tesseract, and the Tesseract comes from Asgard. They take the Tesseract, and they basically turn and go back to Asgard. And then all the Avengers just leave. They go their separate ways, and Maria Hill asked Nick Fury, what if we ever get into a big crisis like this again? What are we gonna do? He's basically said we're gonna call them again. And then she's like, what if they don't come? We're gonna need them to come. They're gonna come. They said when we ask them to come, they're gonna come. So Captain America rides off on his motorcycle, and I think Tony Stark and Bruce Banner they ride off, and then Hawkeye and Black Widow they ride off. They ride off in the cars, but yeah, and that's how the movie ends, and the movie ends with Tony Stark and Pepper Potts in Stark Tower. Stark Tower is basically demolished, and the Stark and Stark Towers all the letters are gone except for the A, and basically saying it's the Avengers except for the A, and it's the Avengers symbol, the A. And they're basically showing how they're gonna rebuild Stark Tower, and it zooms in on the camera, zooms in on this A, and it goes off. But the very end, during the end credits, we have to see when we see this one of those warriors saying that if you ever we shouldn't ever have to go, we don't ever need to go to Earth, because if we ever go to Earth, we're basically looking to die, we're courting death. And then out of nowhere, who turns around? This villain turns around, and it's fucking Thanos. It's Thanos. A lot of people don't know who Thanos is. I'm like, I don't know. My sister, I'm with my sister and my cousins yesterday. My sister saw it again too. One of my sister and my cousins, and but yeah, I mean, we see fucking Thanos. And I had to explain who Thanos was and whatnot, but I was actually shocked. I'm like, they're bringing in Thanos this early on into the continuity, because I'm like, the Avengers don't really go after Thanos, and they do battle, especially every Marvel hero basically battles Thanos. I'm like, they're bringing Thanos in right now. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I had a freaking comic book / geek / nerd melt. I mean, I was basically, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of screamed like a little bitch when I seen it. I was like, that's fucking Thanos, because Thanos is a badass villain. But anyway, But yeah, but that's that one of those surprise things. There's another surprise scene at the end, but I'm not saying Thanos is gonna be in the event. I'm not saying it's gonna be in the Avengers 2. I'm thinking Thanos is probably gonna be the main villain in Thor 2, or in Iron Man or Iron Man 3 or Captain America 2. I'm thinking Thanos is probably gonna be the villain in either one of those, because those are what's gonna be next. And actually, I think they're also making a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and they're like a lesser known superhero team that Marvel has. But I think Marvel is making a Guardians of the Galaxy. I also heard they're making an Ant-Man movie. I think they got an Ant-Man movie planned. That's what I read on the internet. I think they do got an Ant-Man movie planned. I know they got Thor 2, Captain America 2, Iron Man 3. Thor 2 and Iron Man 3 are gonna come out. I think they're coming out next year. I think we got 2014 to see Captain America 2. But yeah, I think they're looking for a release date then. For then, and then I think we're gonna have the Avengers. I think they are planning another Avengers movie. And from what I hear, Mark Ruffalo has signed a 6 picture deal with Marvel. So we're gonna be seeing him. I think they're giving him his own Hulk movie. Like I think they're giving him his own Hulk movie. And and of course I think we're gonna have the Avengers 2. But yeah. Anyway, I'm excited about what Marvel has next. I mean, if you haven't seen the Avengers yet, go see the Avengers. I give it an A plus. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 in my book. I give it a 10 out of 10. Like I said, it was better the second time. I mean, that second time you see a movie, you do notice stuff. But but yeah, but yeah, 'cause if you haven't seen it, go see it. But that's about all I got for this video. I'm gonna be back sometime tonight with my regular videos. I normally do like my music, like new music reviews, like for new songs that have came out. I got those other reviews that I'm gonna do. I got those recorded, but I haven't posted them yet. But I'll be back with those. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. The Avengers is fucking awesome. It's freaking epic. I mean, but yeah, that's all I got for this video. This is Diamond West here checking out. Peace, God bless, and I'm out.